Been working on a project today, building some drawers for some IKEA cabinets. I bought the scrap wood from the IKEA clearance section. They're just boards, probably were once cabinets themselves at one point. But I picked up several boards for $2, $3, $4, $5 a piece, and I'm able to build some of my own drawers. By doing this, I can get them the dimensions the way I want them, and I'm actually able to fit more drawers in, and I just will be using the drawer slides. I've already built several drawers, but the problem is after you cut the wood, only one side's going to have that melamine finish on it, or whatever IKEA uses. It's kind of an off-white color, and while I was at Home Depot, I found this Edge Mate melamine edging. It's basically a veneer with glue on the back, and the idea is you glue it to the edge and then trim it up. So I did this on one of the other drawers, and I found it quite a time saver, and I was just going to show you how that works. The instructions say you get your iron, set it to 400 degrees, which I've done, and then you take the veneer edging, the melamine veneer edging, line it up, overlap it a little bit on the edge so you can trim it later. I'm going to line it up along the inside edge here, and then we just basically take our iron. They actually say cut it. I always hesitate to cut it at the end, because I'm one that I've learned that cutting often ends up in something being too short. So the nice thing about this is once you put it down, the iron kind of holds it in place, and you just move it along slowly along that edge, and then as you go along you can kind of make sure it's stuck on the back side, and as you go forward you can keep it lined up with that edge, and that's working out just the way that I want it to. So I do that, I come back the other way, just make sure everything's in place. That is hot, you might want to wear a pair of gloves. But after it's done, that is hot, so if you need to reposition, if the iron moved your veneer over a little bit, you can reposition it, but it looks like it did just what I wanted it to. So then you put this down. I got myself a razor here. I left it out of the holder, and the reason I did that is because as I go along here, I can get a nice, I can leave it against that flat edge, and so as I move along, as you can see, it's really easy to cut that. And by making kind of the downward movement that prevents that veneer from coming up. And then of course that excess at the end I'll just kind of trim. You can see right here I got a little too close, got into the existing melamine, but if I just finish it off here, you can see that's a really nice finish. And I learned that you just have to be very patient with this. Use a sharp blade and it works very well. You can see that. And I've got a nice edge, got the melamine finish, and you can see it matches perfectly. And I'm going to go ahead and do that to all four edges, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, you can see I've completed it now. The edge looks a lot better than it did, and it's going to keep that color uniform and make it match the rest of the cabinet. So all in all, I like this Edge Mate melamine laminate edging, and for what it did to my drawers, I think it's a winner. Keeper. Hope that helps someone else.